gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. As I'm walking away from a spot. Let's go. Oh, yes. Over the last decade, I've caught fish in every corner of North America. From California to Mexico, Florida to New York, and all the way up to Canada, documenting it all on video for you guys. Yes, I got it! But as a video creator and instructor, I've generally left out one of the most important and the largest demographics in the world of fishing, and that is the bank beater, the pond prowler, the shore master. Yeah! In this series, I'm making it my goal to fish more bodies of water than I ever have before, but this time, from the bank. My name's Tyler, and this is 100 Ponds. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to TRF. I am so excited to get you guys back on the water with me for the 100 Pond series. If you are not familiar with what the 100 Pond series is, I'm attempting to fish 100 different ponds all around the country and hopefully learn a few things myself about bank fishing and teach you guys along the way. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Now, as y'all can see, we are on episode 7, which means we have 6 previous 100 Ponds episodes. I highly encourage y'all to go watch those. I'll leave the playlist to those linked in the video description below. But I say we skip all the nonsense, all the sponsor plugs. It's all linked down there in the description. Let's hop on the water to pond number 19. So pond number 19 is I can't tell if it's private, I think it is, but they let me in here, so a private corporation pond, and it's a little bit more open of a section, but I kind of want to poke my way through here to look at water clarity. Okay, it looks like we're dealing with about, I don't know, foot and a half water clarity. I already saw frogs and bluegills, and as y'all can tell from the drone shot, it is a beautiful looking lake. We're dealing with a little bit of wind today. It is late summer here in Texas, which means it is important to get to the pond early in the morning. We've already tried one pond this morning, so now we are at the true pond 19. Oh, there's a bubbler right here. Definitely feeling good about this pond. Morning.
Are you an associate here? Or?
I can be.
Can be.
Yeah.
Which?
How much you pay?
I think they're RN CRAs for around like maybe 20 or so an hour.
Okay.
Sure. But unfortunately, the property is closed down for now.
Gotcha.
The people who are allowed to be fishing here are associates.
Sounds good. Okay.
Hate to bug you, but you're
That's
gonna have to head to your vehicle and
I can head to my vehicle. I appreciate it.
you have a great rest of your week.
You too. Well, I knew it was going to happen eventually, folks. I got kicked off in a 100 Ponds video. I figured it was a private pond, being a corporate area, but I didn't think on a Monday morning at 8 o'clock, a man with a mask on outside would come kick me off. So, in the pursuit of giant Texas bass, sometimes you get slapped on the wrist. Time for the long walk of shame back to my car. And I guess we'll see you guys at the real pond 19. So the real pond 19, we are here. It is a few mornings after we got hit with a nasty cold front. And now it is a beautiful morning. It's like 65 degrees outside and I am excited. Conditions for today's fishing are the first fall cold front of the year here in Texas. So like I said, 65 degrees outside. It is 0 wind right now. We're at another brand new pond today. Like I have told you guys, most of the ponds in this series are going to be brand new. And I've heard good things about this one. Specifically, the frog bite was very good. So I thought, you know what? Instead of throwing a frog, I'm gonna work a little bit faster and throw a walking topwater bait. It's one of my favorite fall lures, and actually I see a fish that just busted right there. But I do like the fact there's aquatic vegetation. I've already seen bluegill. This seems like a very good pond. It's definitely possible the fish are not really in a topwater mood, but I thought that I'd still give it a try. Again, though, I'm only gonna give this first half of the pond a try with top water, and then I'll switch to something else, most likely a little soft plastic swim bait or something. Maybe a frog is the better move. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I keep seeing fish in the vegetation, and this lure is not getting that done, so to the frog we go. Had a bite. Just had a bite. Let us sit there. Let us sit there. Pop it again. Come on. Yeah, these fish are definitely a little more lethargic than I think they were for a buddy of mine, or an Instagram follower, a few days ago. Because he was out here, said he caught a bunch on a frog. And these fish, if they're biting topwater, they're not biting it very hard. So we're learning something together, folks. After a cold front, it's still possible to get them to bite a topwater, but they may be a little more lethargic. You may have to slow it down. Maybe a little tiny, like, hard body topwater popper that makes more of a bloop noise. Slowly blooping it, maybe that would get the job done instead of a topwater frog. All stuff to learn and try. Oh my goodness. Whoa, an actual bullfrog. Oh gosh, another one. They're all missing it. That's crazy. These fish are not aggressive. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I was so not ready for that. Oh my gosh. Once again, y'all, these fountains scare the absolute daylights out of me. Oh my goodness. Well, boys and girls, I was not recording, but I did catch one on the jerkbait. And as you can see, it is not hooked in the mouth. That technically counts as a success, but definitely not what I wanted. Because who knows if that fish was even going for it or if I just slammed my jerkbait into his side. But you know what? That is a success. We had some adversity with the cold front. We had, opportunity. The fish ate on topwater, but just could not take advantage of it. The fish kept missing it. And so we used our skills and our brain power to think of something else. And obviously the suspending jerkbait wasn't the deal. They wanted something even slower, even more finessey, and that is the caffeine shad. So that's going to be a success for pond 19. I say we head over to pond number 20. We are walking up to pond number 20. Looks like it's a little bit low and it's got a little bit dirty water. Definitely has as much, if not more, aquatic vegetation than the last one, but as you can tell, it's a lot less manicured. We got more stuff to deal with in the way of us and our fish, and definitely the bank slopes down a little bit slower than the pond number 19 did. So I think the topwater frog actually might make more sense here. The sun's a little higher. If the fish were affected by that cold front, hopefully they're not too much anymore. It's starting to get a little hotter outside. Oh my gosh, no way. I literally had a bite first cast on the frog. Something charged it, straight up annihilated it. Okay, you know what? I like this. Water visibility, we're looking at a solid like 6 inches. It's pretty dang dirty in here. And the reason why I'm standing so far away from the bank is because my shadow currently, you can see, the sun's behind my back, it's being cast onto the water, and I don't want my shadow to go beyond the edge of that grass line, because I have seen personally, at least during the spawn, if your shadow gets on those fish, they get wigged out. They think something's weird and they do not bite. So When I'm pond fishing, even bass boat fishing, I try if I can to keep my shadow off of the area that I'm fishing. I don't usually like to work ponds counterclockwise. I love to work them clockwise because I set the hook to the right, so I'd rather be casting this way, setting the hook this way, than trying to set the hook backwards. You'll probably notice that's a common theme in my 100 ponds videos, is working ponds clockwise. But I did not start this one clockwise. I don't know why. Oh, got him. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh goodness, my hand has a habit of slipping off this reel. But that right there, folks, is a success. Got a little tiny one on the poppin' perch. And we got him at the bottom of the lip. This means he ate it really weird. Heyo, that's a fish. That's a success. You love to see it. All 3 of the bites that I've gotten so far have been about that size. So that makes me think this pond ain't got many big ones. We're gonna make a few casts here with the vibrating jig. I should be throwing it in black and blue or a shad with some chartreuse in it in this water clarity. But I did not have one of those rigged up. And I don't really feel like rigging one up because the bass in this pond are few and small. Oh yeah, I cast out there in the middle and it's literally like 2.5 feet deep. Not a huge fan of this one, eh? Oh, there's one. There's one. There we go. Ate it on the fall and he dropped it. See, that's why I work the ponds clockwise. I'm gonna go over here because I can't set the hook backwards. That just don't work. Well, hey, a fish and a half on a pond that doesn't look that great. I will take it. Let's get out of here and head to pond number 21. Pond 21, here we go. What I'm seeing so far is relatively shallow, definitely clear water though. I'd say 2.5 foot visibility. This pond is separated in two, not in two, but separated by a bridge here. We have a little bit of aquatic vegetation. I've already seen some minnows, but a lot of the ponds around here, you know, this time of the year in Texas, the aquatic vegetation is really doubled by the amount of snot and slime. So we don't really have a whole lot of grass in this pond. Relatively flat bottom, sand. Just one problem we have with so many of these residential ponds here in Texas is they're all so shallow. When it's been so hot outside, those fish just kind of find the deepest spot and then just roam around. There's no like deep structure for them to sit on, or a steeper bank with a rock, or a big steep grass line like you guys have up north. We don't really got much of that. So far in this pond, I have missed one fish that was once again due to a backwards hook set. Is that a fish? Oh, no way. No way, do I got one? Oh, I do have one. Hey, hey. Oh, he got off. Now there's a whole bunch of ponds. The main pond is there. I just hopped the culvert, little bridge here to this one. And this one does look a little bit better, but they're both dirty water, you know, foot visibility. We got just a little bit of this, whatever leafy type grass it is, with some snot on top due to the heat, which of course that will start dying off soon. But the fish that I hooked and another bite that I got were just casting out into the middle and slowly reeling my vibrating jig back. And that just goes against everything that I know as a bass boat angler, because I want to be casting at targets and finding structure underwater. And just to aimlessly cast in the middle is so hard for me. But I know that on ponds like this, the fish aren't always on cover. They're just kind of roaming around. And so casting out in the middle and reeling it back in is not always the worst way to go. I just prefer, if I can, to target fish. But it seems as if this pond here, I'm gonna have to be patient, spend more time in one singular spot, and not worry so much about trying to hit individual targets and cover water. I think top water in the morning, covering water is great, but oh God, there's one right there. Holy cow. Like I said, right out there in the middle. Nothing really specific he was sitting on. Maybe a tiny piece of grass. Come on, man. I definitely want to come back to this pond, like I said, and throw a buzzbait in the early morning time. Last cast right here. Husband duties are calling my name. And if we don't catch anything on this cast, we'll see y'all back at the truck. Well, that's all she wrote for today, folks. We're gonna put the rods away and call it a day. But of course, I hope y'all enjoyed it and learned something about how to become a better pond angler. I'm on this journey with you guys. I'm not claiming to be a pond professional angler myself. I actually think I'm better at boat fishing than I am at pond fishing. And I know that I have a ton to learn about catching bass in ponds, especially here in a brand new area of North Texas. So if you all enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button to join Team TRF. Commenting and leaving a like do a lot more for my channel than you guys could even know. So please, I encourage you, be active down in the comment section. As always, all the gear that I use is linked in the video description below. My name's Tyler, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of TRF.